The wind howls across the Great Plains, the kind of cold that kills before dawn. No stone walls, no down jackets, just a thin fabric teepee shivering under a sky of ice. And yet, inside, Native American families slept warm. Not by luck, but through brilliant engineering born of survival. Today, we uncover the 7 most ingenious ways they turned frozen death into warmth, centuries before modern science ever caught up. Let's start with the one that seems impossible: lighting a fire inside a fabric tent. 1. The genius fire that breathed indoors. Imagine building a campfire inside your living room, when the walls are made of hide and canvas. For most, that's a death wish. For the tribes of the plains, it was a nightly ritual. At the heart of the teepee, they dug a shallow pit, just 6 inches deep. Not random, calculated. Too shallow, and sparks would leap. Too deep, and heat would smother. Centered perfectly, it spread warmth evenly through the cone-shaped lodge. Then came the masterpiece, the smoke flaps. 2 adjustable wings at the top acted like a natural chimney. Depending on the wind, one was opened, the other closed, creating a draft system centuries ahead of its time. Cold air slipped in low, hot air rose high, and smoke vented cleanly out. No suffocation, no flames licking the hides. Just a living, breathing heating system made of earth and air. And through the night, adults took turns tending the fire, human thermostats adjusting nature itself. When modern homes were still drafty stone huts, they had mastered portable central heating. 2. Stone Age tech, the heated rocks trick. When the fire burned low and the night bit deep, warmth came from something ancient. Rocks, not just any rocks. Smooth, dense stones that wouldn't crack when heated. They buried them in embers till they glowed red, wrapped them in hide or cloth, and tucked them under bedding. Suddenly, the floor radiated heat like an invisible hearth. The science? Rock has high heat capacity. It stores energy slowly and releases it just as slow. That meant a single hot stone could stay warm for hours, even all night. Centuries before electric blankets, these people were using the same principle, just powered by fire and physics. No wires, no batteries, just knowledge. 3. Fireproof skin, the buffalo fat shield. When even hides and fires weren't enough, survival came down to skin. Literally. They mixed buffalo tallow, thick, greasy, and stubborn, with fine campfire ash and rubbed it directly onto their skin. The fat sealed in body heat and blocked icy wind. The ash added insulation, and its carbon trapped warmth like a miniature heater. It wasn't just protection, it was innovation, a biological barrier against death itself. Modern science would call it thermal regulation. They called it staying alive. Today we spend hundreds on thermal creams and outdoor skincare. They did it with leftovers from the hunt and last night's fire. Primitive? Maybe. But when the storm came, survival makeup beat frostbite every time. 4. The rabbit fur revolution. In the Great Basin, winter wasn't just cold, it was cruel. You needed warmth you could move in. The answer? Rabbit fur. Tribes stitched together hundreds of tiny pelts, forming patchwork cloaks, blankets, and underlayers. Not pretty, but ingenious. Rabbit fur has some of the finest hair in nature, trapping air better than most modern synthetics. That trapped air became insulation, holding heat close to the body. Each layer stitched and reinforced for strength. What we call thermal wear today. They built it by hand, with bone needles and time. Their fashion wasn't about style, it was survival couture. 5. Floors that fought the cold. A blazing fire above won't save you from the frozen ground below, so they built insulated flooring systems, long before architects ever coined the term. First came woven mats of willow, thick enough to trap air, then layers of dry grass or reeds. Finally, heavy buffalo hides, fur side up, 3 layers of natural insulation separating flesh from frost. Some even compacted soil beds during the day, storing heat to release through the night, a form of radiant floor heating built from dirt and instinct. Today, we buy foam mattresses and radiant tiles. They made theirs from the land, and it worked. 6. The sauna of survival, sweat lodges. Before crawling into bed, some tribes performed a ritual that sounds almost modern, the sweat lodge, A small dome hut, sealed tight, filled with red-hot stones. Water poured, steam rising, heat engulfing everyone inside. They sat until skin flushed, muscles relaxed, and every drop of moisture was forced out. It wasn't luxury. It was life insurance. By heating the body before sleep, they raised core temperature, dried damp clothes, and entered the cold night with internal warmth fully charged. It was, quite literally, a human furnace. The world's first sauna session wasn't for relaxation, it was preparation for survival. 7. Turning snow into shelter. The final secret seems impossible, using snow not as an enemy, but as an ally. When blizzards howled, families packed snow around the base of their teepees, waist high, even higher. From outside, it looked like their lodge had sunk into a drift. From inside, the storm suddenly lost its teeth. Here's why. Snow isn't solid, it's full of air pockets. Pack it tight, and it traps still air, one of nature's best insulators. That meant temperatures inside could rise several degrees above the deadly chill outside, enough to survive till morning. They turned frozen death into a thermal shield, an igloo around their home. The legacy of survival. Each of these innovations, on its own, might sound simple, but together, they formed a complete system of survival built from centuries of observation, testing, and adaptation. Snow became insulation, fire became science, rocks became batteries, fat became armor, and knowledge became the one tool that never failed. While modern survivalists chase gadgets and gear, these communities understood the oldest truth of all. Nature isn't conquered by strength, it's survived through wisdom. So tonight, when you sit by your fireplace or turn up your thermostat, remember this: long before thermostats and thermal jackets, Native Americans were mastering physics, chemistry, and environmental design by instinct. Because when the storm came, they didn't fight nature, they worked with it, and that's how they slept warm, at 40 below, without a single fire.